Welcome back. Thanks a lot for staying with us. That crucial hearing continues in the Sessions Court in Mumbai after the legal team of the Enforcement Directorate concluded their arguments. Sanjay Raut's lawyer has now become the arguments, claiming that the money is legal and all transactions are legal as well. Vinaya Deshpande now joining us with more details. Vinaya, of course, the charges are of money laundering. There are charges against family members of Sanjay Raut, like his wife Varsha being involved as well. What have we heard from the legal team of Sanjay Raut so far?
Well, Ashok Mundargi's clear legal strategy is to refute these allegations. He has claimed that all the financial transactions that the ED has claimed to be the benefit of money laundering, black money, he has claimed that this is all something that was legally gained, and the money can be shown as trail from several accounts. So he has questioned, saying that if at all it would have been laundered money, why would it have been directly transferred to a bank account? Why would it have reflected the trail in the bank account? So Mundargi there clearly maintaining that this was politically motivated. The arrest itself was politically motivated, and that is why there is no question of ED remand in the first place, because the allegations that have been leveled against him are themselves unfounded. And there is we've also heard long arguments going on from the ED side as well. But with respect to Sanjay Raut, he has said that the ED took advantage of the family dispute between one of the women. Now, this clearly has reference to Sapna Patkar, because we have seen how an FIR was registered against Sanjay Raut last night. So he has said that, for some reason, the arguments with Sapna Raut were used. That was the reason that was put forth, and this action was taken against Sanjay Raut. The lawyer of Sanjay Raut clearly alleging that this has been done because of political reasons. This is a politically motivated action. He has also gone on to say that the accusation of the Enforcement Directorate that Sanjay Raut has not cooperated with the ED is completely false and baseless. He says that whenever ED had summoned him, he had gone for investigation. For the last few days, because of the presidential elections, because of the Rajya Sabha elections, and also because of other elections, the ED was informed time to time about the lack of availability of the MP because of parliamentary functions that he had to discharge. So that is what are the arguments that are being put forth by Sanjay Raut's lawyer, Ashok Mundargi.
Vinay, I'll request you to stay on with us. Ashish Mehrishi, who tracks developments of the Enforcement Directorate, continues to be with us. So you heard the update that Vinaya was getting for us, how all these allegations are being refuted by the legal team of Sanjay Raut. They essentially are saying if this was laundered money, how are these transactions so clearly shown? But what are your sources within the ED telling you? How hopeful are they and confident are they in getting custody of Sanjay Raut?
In all likelihood, the Enforcement Director should get custody, because the kind of allegations and kind of evidence they're producing before the court, in all likelihood, they should get around 5-6 days of custody, to my understanding. Now, what they have got in their hand is, what they claim, in fact, before the court is that their Raut family is a direct beneficiary of laundered money. The benefit is accrued to the amount of 1 crore 6 or 7 lakh rupees. Now, the Enforcement Directorate claims so that this is a part of laundered money, but at the same time, if you see what the Raut lawyers say, they say no, if it would have been laundered money, why should we have taken into our own account? And these are all legal transactions, but then the court has to decide whether the transactions are legitimate in nature or not. But they say that Praveen Raut was basically giving 2 lakh rupees a month to Sanjay Raut. That is what they have found. They have found that Praveen Raut was sponsoring his foreign trips. They claim that at least 8 parcels of land have been bought in Alibag, and they have the statement of at least 2 people suggesting that Praveen Raut was the front and the actual buyer was none other than Sanjay Raut. These are certain claims which are very, very damning in nature. Apart from that, what they claim is that that Praveen Raut was basically just a front, and everything, you're talking about a benefit of more than 112 crore rupees, which has landed into the hands. It's a very serious allegation which has landed into the hands of Praveen Raut. Now, the Enforcement Directorate says, no, it's only as part of the money laundered has reached the Raut family, but the real beneficiary is Praveen with Sanjay Raut, because Praveen Raut is only a front for Sanjay Raut. So this is a very, very serious claim. They have all the documents that they're producing before the court. So as the hearing goes on, it's really very interesting to see how many days of custody the Enforcement Directorate get.
Vinaya, let me come to you on that. So Ashish is saying what he's picking up by the means of sources is because these allegations are so damning, they're allegations of illegal transactions under PMLA, there's heat on family members of Sanjay Raut as well, multiple properties under the scanner. The ED could get anywhere between 5 to 6 days of custody. What's the update that you're getting for us as far as the arguments of the legal team of Raut are concerned?
Well, it seems like the arguments of Sanjay Raut's lawyer are over. There is an application that has been submitted now for homemade food for Sanjay Raut. In fact, the legal team for Sanjay Raut argued that the allegations leveled by the ED are not true, that Sanjay Raut has consistently cooperated with the investigating agencies, they've also said that now they've also raised the health grounds, let me tell you. They've said that investigation with Sanjay Raut was going on till late night yesterday. This is harmful for his health. So the judge has said that, yes, you are right, you should please tell us in what time should the investigation be done. So the ED has said that from 8:30 in the morning to 9:30 in the morning, that's the time when Sanjay Raut can speak with the lawyers. So the arguments from both the sides have culminated now. Ashok Mundargi has sought homemade food, has said that due to health constraints, late night probe should not take place, late night questioning should not take place for Sanjay Raut, has also said that this is a politically motivated arrest and so ED custody should not be granted. Meanwhile, ED has continued to say that 8 days custody should be granted. So right now, the judge is passing an order. So the way it goes is that the judge will, the honorable judge will first, give a summary of the arguments of both the sides. He will first give the summary of the arguments put forth by the Enforcement Directorate represented by Hiten Venegaonkar. Then he will put forth the crux of the arguments made by Ashok Mundargi, who represents Sanjay Raut. Thereafter, the order will be dictated. So right now, as we speak, arguments from both the sides have culminated and the honorable judge has started dictating the order.
Okay, so the big update that Vinaya Deshpande is now getting for us is that arguments have concluded from both the sides. Remember, the ED is asked for an 8 days custody. We will hear from the judge very, very shortly as well. Let me